let your hair grow out some, you know. Don't look so militant. He had all this stuff going on with the kids, you know, Project Fight Back and the UDT thing and all, and he was working with all these people in the hospital. I said, that's what you need to pursue, you know. And we talked to Pam about, you know, he basically had a business proposal, and I said, oh, really what you need is capital. And I had talked to a guy that did websites. I met at the, believe it or not, at the cell phone store. He worked at the cell phone store, designed websites, and his wife worked in, I think he said it was his wife or his girlfriend, worked in a print shop, and they could print brochures and stuff like that. And I said, you know, that's what the way you need to be going, is, you know, in the direction like that. And that will give you some of what you see in me, you know. But, you know, go to church. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know. But try to move yourself ahead in a positive way. So then he's bringing me this. And I'm trying to tell him, you know, just leave it alone. Go find something else to do. Go find some way to be productive. You know, he wanted to go to work offshore, and I said, well, yeah, I'll help you. You know, I'll help you with get the paperwork together, and if you need money, I'll give you money. You know, you got to have money. It takes money to go to work out there. You don't go work out there for free. And he was always getting money from us. They're like, I don't know, they're probably 3 or 4 months behind in their rent. And we just let them slide because he looks after Pam and them. I thought he was looking after Pam and Shelby when I was gone. I thought that he was keeping an eye on the house while I was gone. I thought that, you know, he had my back. So when he came with this deal about the money, he knew that we were in a bind for money, and he knew, I think he knew that he could get to me, or at least to get me on board in some fashion with the money. So he hammered on me about the money all the time, all the time, all the time. And I kept telling him, you don't know that there's any money there. You think that because somebody told you there was money there. And he just kept on and on about the money. And I kept flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping until I told him, I'll help you. If I can offer you advice, I'll offer you advice. So they went down the first time, and then he called me because it was a bust. And I said, man, just leave it alone. You know, just drop back. Y'all go find something else to do, whatever. And I thought he was going to take my advice. I mean, maybe I should have been clearer when maybe I should have said, just don't go back. Just leave it alone. Go get a job. Go get a job selling shoes. Go get a job doing something. But he obviously didn't take my advice. And they went back. And it's such, they keep saying, you know, this was well planned and well organized. And I laughed at it. Well planned and well organized. They took a car that was registered to his mother, or that they had gotten from his mother. His dad took his dad, and now I see there's a kid. I mean, these guys are just a bunch of rocket scientists. Come on now. I don't understand why they. I don't understand any of it.
All right. Is that it, or you got more?
Ask me what you want to ask me while I'm...
When was this first conversation about it? About when?
I told you 3 or 4 months ago. Maybe, I don't know. I can't honestly say.
You said when he returned with what info? He had some photos. How many photos, and what were they of?
They were the house. And like the house and I guess the grounds or something. I don't know how many he had. He had 3 or 4, I don't know.
How much money did he say was supposed to be there?
He told me 7 figures. He didn't give me, like 1.5 or 2 million, or he just said 7 figures.
Okay. And you agreed to do this, I guess, flip-flop back and forth several times? Agreed and disagreed, agreed and disagreed? Said you were in and out?
Yeah.
When he went back and this failed attempt, how long ago was that?
What do you mean, failed attempt?
Well, you said he went, and this final time I guess he went back, but you said one time when the lights came on and they backed out. When was that?
The week before.
Okay. The week before?
Yeah.
You say what night?
I don't remember.
Were you in town?
No, I was on the boat.
Okay, so he called you about it.
Yes, he called me about it.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was a question or a statement. I'm sorry.
Sort of both.
Yes, he called me.
Okay. And when he called you and told you about the failed attempt, what did you tell him?
I told him to drop it, to let it go, to leave it alone, fall back, go do something different. It's stupid.
I don't think I've looked at the phone records, and I don't know if we put your phone number in there yet or not, because we have somebody working on that. But how many times did he call you since that failed attempt?
I've talked to him several times, but you won't find it on the phone record, I don't think.
Okay.
What
And
phone
why is
called
that?
Because we used a disposable phone.
Him and you?
Yeah.
And you're sure he was using a disposable phone?
Yes.
Do you know the number?
No.
Do you know your number on your disposable phone?
No, I don't even have it anymore.
Okay. And what were the contents of those conversations?
Just how
You said you would give him advice. What advice did you give him?
I told him to go do something else.
Okay.
To just leave it. It wasn't worth it.
Well, if he kept calling you over and over about this thing, and he was talking to you about
He
the
called
money,
me over and over, but he didn't. I don't know that he always called me on that. He first of all, he could never call me on that phone because I didn't have that phone with me, and I have very restricted times that I can use the phone anyway.
Okay.
The boat has to be at the dock.
How many times was the boat at the dock that you were at the dock in the last, since I guess June or July 1st and the 9th when this took place, that 9 whole days? How many times were you at the dock?
We were at the dock for 6 or 7 days before we went offshore.
Okay, so the 1st through the 6th or 7th you were inshore at the
Yes.
dock.
That's the
And
only
he
way
could
I
have
can-
called you.
That's the only way I can have phone contact.
The 8th, where were you?
Probably offshore.
The 9th, where were you?
Probably offshore. I don't know.
The
I'd have
10th,
to
where
look.
were you?
I would have to look at my log and see when we left and when we came back. Actually, I don't even have when we came back written down.
So when you go out there and you finally go out there, probably this 7th, do you return back the same day or
no,
the next day?
No.
Okay.
We don't. When we leave, we don't ever know how long we're going to be gone.
Okay.
We may be gone for. It's a 12-hour run right now from where we tie up to where the rig is. It's a 12-hour run one way.
Okay. So on the 7th, I guess, around the 7th, you head out for a 12-hour run at least. Half a day goes by. How long do you stay out there before you come back in? I know you never know, but this would have been the first time you went out on this particular run, this particular back to job.
We were out there for 2 days or 3 days. I don't know.
Okay. Did he call you after the incident took place?
No.
Have you talked to him since the incident took
No,
place?
not
Did
that I
you
can
talk to
recall.
him the day of the incident?
No. I was offshore.
Okay. So the failed attempt, he called you and you were at work though, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you think it was what day?
Well, I was on the boat, so it had to have been after. It had to have been after Wednesday morning,
Wednesday morning, the what?
the 1st.
Okay. So sometime after the 1st. Kind of knew that because you were still in town before that, right?
Yeah, I didn't leave until the night of the 30th.
Okay. And you stayed in shore until the 7th, and then you went
I don't.
offshore?
I can't say it was the 7th.